Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Now here's Robertson. Now Moncrief. Pass to Allen. And it comes off the front of the rim. Kidd with it. Here's Petrovic. Now Irving. Baseline J on the way. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Shot clock at 5. Here's Petrovic. And that one's good by Lopez. Nets on defense. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. And the basket good.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Outside Kidd. Pass to Lopez. The jump hook. And good on the basket. Book it. And the Bucks with possession here. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And here is Robertson. Drills the baseline jumper.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Outside Kidd. Pass to Lopez. Backing down. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Brooklyn on defense. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Allen outside. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he gets the bucket. Now Kidd. Back to Irving. And foul called. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good for Irving. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Moncrief. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Moncrief. Allen. It's good from long range.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
And here is Kidd. Right side Irving. Working on Allen. Shoots from 12. And that's good for 2. And the Bucks with possession. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sidney Moncrief on the wing. They set the pick. Pass to Irving. Here's Petrovic. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Outside Kidd. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Abdul-Jabbar. Kidd grabs the board.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
6 to shoot. Irving. From the wing. The shot, no good. 3-on-3. Pass to Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen outside. Now here's Robertson.
Number 1.
Now here's Kidd. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Back to Lopez. Hits the jump hook.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
There's the pick. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Allen. Robertson with it. A floater. And there's the rejection. Now here's Kidd. That is good. And Milwaukee has possession. Trailing by 2. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Can't connect from short range.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Petrovic. 6 on the shot clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Here's Antetokounmpo. Allen is on the wing. Allen right side. The three-pointer is right on target. He's got 6.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. The Nets with the lead. Now Kidd. Back to Irving. Pass to Kidd. Outside Irving. 5 on the clock. Kidd. High post try. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Abdul-Jabbar. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Here comes Jason Kidd. Back to Irving. Pass to Lopez. Backs in. Back to Irving. And too long on the shot.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's the 3. It's Allen again for 3. 9 points in the game so far. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Here's Lopez. Hits the jump hook.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Robertson with it. There's a good screen. Kicks it out to Allen. Irving with the steal. Pass to Kidd. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. And the Bucks with possession. And here's Moncrief. Allen outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Allen. Shot clock at 6. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
And offensively, you'll find him often lurking on those corners. Always a high percentage shot among three-pointers, and especially for him.
Back to Kidd. Pass to Irving. Working on Allen. Here's Kidd. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Moncrief. A jump hook. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him. He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Pass to Cummings. And the shot is good.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Now here's Anderson. Now Carter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Milwaukee in the lead. And here is Red. Back to Robertson. There's the triple. And he gets it to go. He has 5.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
They set the pick. Back to Anderson. Pass to Martin. Puts it up from 12. Nice shot. No good. Now here's Robertson. He's got 5. Red. Back to Robertson. Here's Dandridge. Now here's Robertson. Clock at 6. Red with the ball. No good on the triple. Here's Carter. Pass to Anderson. And here is Jefferson. Jefferson inside. Blocked. Here's Dandridge. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the score. And the jam by Terry Cummings. Here is Anderson. 8-point game. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Martin. And he drops him the way up off the glass.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Now here's Robertson. From 18 feet away, Carter pulls it in. Now Anderson. That misses, would have kind of had it gone in. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. The Bucks on top. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think? And here are the Nets. 6-point game. Carter. Back to Anderson. Coleman. Pass to Anderson. Carter cans it from downtown. He's got 5.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Back to Cummings. Brooklyn with the rebound. Anderson with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's the pick. 5 to shoot. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Dandridge. Now Red. Now here is Red. Fades and shoots. Offensive rebound, Bucks. Now here's Cummings. Second shot opportunity. Now here's Cummings. And the layup is up and in. Timeout called, the Nets. The Bucks making a switch here. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And here's Russell. Pass to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. No luck. Here's Preston. McLaughlin. 6 on the shot clock. Drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Russell. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Preston. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here is McLaughlin. Clock at 4. Pulls up on the wing. The shot by McLaughlin is no good. Pass to Harris. And it's rejected. Here's Preston. Outside Pierce. Here's Preston. Here is McLaughlin. Pressing. Here is McLaughlin. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now, here is Russell. Carter outside. Russell gets the jumper from the corner to point.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Preston. Pass to McLaughlin. Pierce with it. Here's Preston. There's the block. Now here is Carter. He has 5. And here is Harris. Now here is Russell. Carter outside. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here's Preston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to McLaughlin. Pressing. Here is Cummings. Just 5 to shoot. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Now Russell. Carter outside. They set the pick. Carter left side. Carter left side. Cans the 12-footer. He has 7. Here's Preston. Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Preston. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Carter outside. Now Harris. Back to Carter. Pass to Harris. Three-pointer. Coleman. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. It's a close game here in Brooklyn. Here's Preston. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. The Bucks making a switch here. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Pressing. That drops.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Harris with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Carter. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. And it's all knotted up.
He's a persistent defender too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
Here is McLaughlin. Pass to McLaughlin. It's up a 3. Good. He's got 5. And here are the Nets. And here's Russell. There's the screen. And here is Harris. Carter outside. Now, here is Russell. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Pierce. Here is McLaughlin. That's good.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Now here is Harris. Now Russell. Off the pick. The shot is off.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Pass to McLaughlin. Here's Presser. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And another basket for Milwaukee.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Now Harris. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. There's a screen. He used that pick to get in close.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Can't cash in from close range.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Here is Russell. Pass to Harris. The three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. The Bucks trail. Here's Antetokounmpo. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 5. Harris with it. From deep. Pressey with the rebound.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
Faded away to create the space.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Now, here is Russell. He has 7. Back to Carter. They set the screen. Uncovered. They get it back. Pass to Russell. The tray. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Down low. Shot clock at 6. Ray Allen is on the wing. He's got 12. Shot's good. 6 points for him. Brooklyn trailing. And here is Kidd. Pass to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Right side, Irving. And he lays in the alley-oop. Here's Antetokounmpo. He has 5. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Now here's Kidd. Back to Lopez. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Kidd. Poke loose. 4 on the shot clock. Now Allen. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 14. Up in time. No luck. And so that brings the first half to a close. Bucks ahead. Second half about to start here in just a few moments. Ray Allen really has his fingerprints all over this one. Now Kidd. Left side Irving. 6 to shoot. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Moncrief. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Moncrief hits them both. And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 7. Kidd with it. Pass to Irving. Teardrop shot. And he lays it up and in. 10 points for him.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Timeout called, the Nets. You have to like what we're seeing. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And here is Kidd. Left side Kidd. And that one's good.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Robertson. He's covered by Kidd. Here's Robertson. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And the Nets with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Outside Kidd. Now here's Lopez. Makes it off the glass. 16 points for him.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. Here's Kidd. Back to Lopez. Backs him down. Misses a chippy right there.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Abdul-Jabbar. And here are the Nets. They trail by 7. Outside Kidd. Pass to Irving. He's against Allen. Shoots a fader. Irving can't get it to go.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Now here's Moncrief. Now here's Robertson. He's got 5. Misses in close.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Lopez inside. 16 points for him. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Can't get it to go. And here is Robertson. They lead by 7. Pass to Moncrief. Rebound by Williams. Now here's Kidd. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. 11 points in the game. Makes the lead pass. Abdul-Jabbar. In tight, he gets the jumper to fall. He's got 8. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Kidd. Right side Irving. Right side Irving. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Robertson. Allen outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Allen. Clock at 6. Shoots from the high post. And there are the Bucks with another bucket. Now Kidd. 6 points for him. Petrovic. Now Lopez. Shot from the wing. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Here's Antetokounmpo. Robertson with it. Feet away. And he gets it to go. 7 points in the game.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Robertson with the steal. Moncrief Sid with it. And he gets it to go.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Outside Kidd. Right side Kidd. Irving. Pass to Williams. High quality look, and he sinks it.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Count the bucket. 13 points in the game. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. Knocked away. Robertson with the steal. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Robertson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound Bucks. Here's Allen. Misses the 3. And here is Williams. Now here's Kidd. Now here's Lopez. Back to Lopez. Backs down. Lets it fly. Shot misses. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 13. He makes no mistake on the slam dunk. And here are the Nets. It's a 13-point game. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic for the 3. Good. He has 5.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Now Moncrief. He's got 8. Pass to Robertson. He's covered by Kidd. Robertson with it. 6 to shoot. And here's Moncrief. Petrovic with the rebound. Now here's Kidd. Williams. The shot's good from Irving.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Robertson. A fader. That's good.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open. Outside Kidd.
The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 8. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 15. Here's Moncrief. Rebound by Williams.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Pass to Kidd. Here's the screen. Right side Irving. Right side Irving. Baseline jumper. Rebound, Milwaukee. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now Robertson. Tipped away. Irving with the steal. The finish. Here's Antetokounmpo. And some very quick points for him on that possession. 17 points in the game.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Here's Petrovic. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Red with the ball. Robertson up top. Red with the ball. 5 to shoot. Dandridge's shot is good.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
They set the screen. Here is Anderson. Pass to Jefferson. Shot denied. And they're on the break. Up the floor. And here's Robertson. First trip to the line for him here. First one falls for him. The Nets making a switch here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now Anderson. They need this. There's the bucket good. He's got 5. Now through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here comes Robertson. Stolen by Anderson. Blocked. Here's Martin. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. On offense here, the Bucks. They're leading by 8. Dandridge. Now Anderson. There's the pick. And the layup's good off the glass.
And also, he's one of those guys who can cover 94 feet in the blink of an eye and often does, with or without help on the break.
Here's Dandridge. He's against Anderson. Here's Dandridge. From 12 feet out. Good! We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Vince Carter on the wing. Carter right side. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Robertson with it. Now, here is Red. Pass to Cummings. Clock at 6. Dandridge. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Bucks making a switch here. Here's Harris. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Pass to Anderson. Ball stolen. Now Red. Banked in off the glass. And Brooklyn has possession. Trailing here by 8. And here is Lopez. Now here's Lopez. Puts it up from 12. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 20. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And here is Red. Here's Daniel. It's hauled in by Harris. Now here's Jefferson. Back to Harris. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
The Nets making a switch here. And Milwaukee has possession. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now Robertson. That's good.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
Outside, Martin. Pass to Lopez. Fades back. Shot is blocked. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now here's Robertson. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
Anderson with the ball. Back to Russell. Fires for three, but he recovers it. 5 on the clock. Right through the shoulder that time, all net. Robertson with it. Now Red. Back to Robertson. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Russell. Rebound, Milwaukee. And here is Red. Pass to Dandridge. Now Robertson. Fires it up. Red with the ball. Just 3 to shoot. From downtown, here's Dandridge. Now, here is Russell. Now Anderson shoots the 3. Shot is off.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Here's Red. Kept alive. Baker uses the glass to finish the layup.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Now Anderson. Pass to Russell. Here's Anderson. Back to Russell. Lets it go from deep, and that one's good.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Red with the ball. Abdul-Jabbar, and he drops it in from the low post.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Here's Russell. And here is Robertson. There's a good screen. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Dandridge. Over Jefferson. Here's Dandridge. And another basket for Milwaukee. So it's Brooklyn now. 11-point game. Here is Anderson. Now, here is Russell. Back to Russell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And here is Robertson. Pass to Dandridge. Red. Off target with his 3. Now here's Anderson. And he banks in the layup.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Now Red. Robertson with it. It's blocked. Floats one up. It's blocked. Unloads from 9. And here's Russell. Pass to Anderson. Here's Martin. The shot is off. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. That's good.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Here is Anderson. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here is Martin. Jefferson's shot is off. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Dandridge. Red with the ball. And he gets the bucket.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Timeout called the Nets. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Pass to Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. There's the 3. Rebound by Ray Allen. Here's Antetokounmpo. And here's Robertson. From the high post. And that one hits back iron. Here's Petrovic. Kidd. Outside Kidd. Pass to Irving. And he gets it to go.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And the Bucks with possession here. 10-point lead. Back to Robertson. Ray Allen is on the wing. 6 to shoot. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
To the middle. Here's Irving. Drops in the layup for 2.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
Now here's Moncrief. Pass to Robertson. Lets it go from the wing. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Now here's Kidd. Outside Williams. Pass to Irving. He's against Allen. Shot clock at 5. That is good.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Here's Robertson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Allen. Launches a 3. And another 3 for Milwaukee. And here we go with Jason Kidd. The steal. Now here's Moncrief. And so it's the Bucks. Ray Allen.
Like a lion.